Alright guys, hello and welcome back to the next episode of our F1M24 Career mode, coming off a very risky challenge that we had there back in Monaco, putting soft tires on right before the rain, well, as the rain was falling practically, and really jeopardizing our chance at double points, and then Budapest and Zandvoort for a handful of more points, I believe. Yeah, Vesti got P6 there. Valtteri not quite yet there on the points. That is fine, which I hope we can get some points here. As it's as we're recording this, it is the weekend for Japan. So this video's well over a month away, a month after or so. A couple weeks after the race, but we're gonna go ahead and manually do Barcelona and simulate Suzuka and Spielberg, and then go from there. Which none of these the Austria's this my weekend, so 60% chance, 75 for Suzuka and 60 for Spielberg for safety cars, but that is fine with us. The regulation result, let's see, nothing here that's really important to hide, but regulation result, changing the sporting regulation from 4 to 5, 2 to 3 for gearbox and ERS, and that's basically it. We are sitting low on money right now because of car parts and stuff like that. We still have the suspension research going through, and we have some more parts coming in for Spain, so hopefully we can get our race strategy pretty much set up for the race, as we're gonna head into practice, and we'll see you guys for qualifying.
There's tension in the air today, so it must be time for qualifying.
Teams often bring upgrades to Barcelona, so the qualifying order could be a little shaken up. Cars need to be well balanced in both high and low speed corners to set a good lap here.
Haroon, don't you think it's going to be interesting to see what happens for the Alpine driver today?
We saw some disappointing lap times from them in practice. It could be that the team were experimenting with the car, but the pressure's now on them to deliver.
And it's almost time for qualifying. You won't want to miss that.
All right, here we are for qualifying here in Spain. No rain to be seen for the remainder of the weekend. Practice 1, focusing on setups. Ran hard on Vesti at the end. Valtteri didn't get a good time in for that. We ran hard at the end for P2, or practice 2. Then practice 3 was focusing on getting as much of the acclimatization for our drivers as possible. Valtteri could only get about 97%, where Vesti got the 100. We both have our 100% setups, as we're jumping right into it. And yeah, that's about it, so let's go. I did give Valtteri the new chassis we had in the manufacturing. We didn't have enough time nor the availability to rush a second one for Vesti, but we're gonna see what we can do here. Nobody else wanting to go out on track quite yet, but the weather is not going to change, nor will the track grip improve. It's the Ferrari of Verstappen, as we send our drivers out.
Okay, good work on brakes and tires, please.
Copy that.
We will see you guys for the end of this first run. All right, here we have Valtteri coming around for the banker lap. setting the pace for this first qualifying session. It's going to be 1:12.3 from Bottas. It's going to be the Ferrari up next of Verstappen. He's got a lot of traffic. 1:11.4. Vesti coming around the final corner. It's going to be 1.1 off the pace. So not a very good time that we want to set for ourselves. 1 second off the pace from Verstappen. So we'll have to wait and see. See you guys at the end of the session for our final run. All right, we had a red flag as we sent our guys out. 20 minutes to the restart session. I don't know if that'll push us to the end of qualifying. I don't know if they do that, what they do in the real life. We're gonna run old softs, and we're gonna keep it like that. See if they let us continue on. Yes, they will. 3 minutes to go. See if everybody rushes out onto the track, or we Leclerc is looking to improve. He's P3, Sonoda back in P15 jumping out. All right, we'll send Vesti out. I feel comfortable with Valtteri, so let's just do Vesti. So we'll see you guys here in a second. All right, here we are, the end of the session. Green sector 1 for Vesti. Coming around the final corner. No improvement in sector 2. That's going to be no improvement overall. P13. Bottas still in P8. He's about the only person who hasn't gone out for this final run. But we do feel confident with him in his time frame. Verstappen setting a new pace at 1:11.4. So we wrap up the rest of this. Vesti may be knocked out here. And yep, Hamilton knocks him out. So Vesti out in Q1. And now I'm starting to really feel like we should have gotten another chassis for him, but we'll have to wait and see. So let's get to Q2. See if we can get Valtteri into Q3. Go ahead and continue on. Don't want to change the setup. I do have confidence in Vesti in the race, so we can have him work through the grid. We'll send Bottas out right away. And we will see you guys here shortly. All right, not really that much traffic ahead of Valtteri, just the McLarens. When we were on sector 2, setting a 1:13.2, that's 2 seconds off the pace, like sub 2 seconds.
Negative.
See if Piastri has something to do with it. And we just started his lap. All right, we'll see you guys towards the end of the session. All right, Valtteri improved in sector 2. He had a lockup on his out lap. If he can improve here in sector 3. That is an improvement in sector 3. That is not going to be enough to get him out of Q2. It is very unfortunate here.
Charge on in box. Charge on box.
Yeah.
Copy.
Lockup didn't seem like it did too much for him. But that's going to be us out in Q2. And we have one quite interesting race ahead of us. So let's get to this race.
The stage is set here in Barcelona. 66 laps around a track that the drivers know inside and out.
Barcelona is a circuit with plenty of history under its belt. It was here, after all, that multiple world champion Max Verstappen secured his very first F1 victory back in 2016.
Barcelona is a tricky circuit to balance. The technical corners demand high downforce, but that means adding stress to tyres and potentially limiting race strategies if teams go too far. Well, there's nothing quite like it. Welcome along to race day. The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. And for Lando Norris, this is another chance to see what he can do in this car.
A second place start for them today. They'll be aiming for a podium, but could they even sneak the win?
And it'll be exciting to see just what will happen here today. One of the oldest races on the Formula One calendar. This is the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, as you guys can see, we are conserving. We're playing the fuel game here for our drivers, and we are conserving with Vesti on his soft tires. Not really any good tire wear for him on this track, but we'll see how many other teams are going to be doing a two-stop here. Go ahead and change you guys to aggressive overtake.
Right, head down. We'll leave you to it.
I'm half tempted to have them run on aggressive and do avoid high-risk curbs for tire life, but we'll let's do it for
Keep your head down.
That was good racing.
good highlight. No, yellow flag.
Car up there.
That was
Yellow
Stroll.
flag, yellow flag.
No.
And here we've got a yellow flag. Let's take a closer look. Look at the Mercedes. And that's it. That's the spin.
The dreaded Cadillac getting caught behind that. No, let's try it with Vesti. Avoid high-risk curbs.
Watch those curbs.
Go aggressive. And
Keep your pace up.
we'll come back in a few laps and check his pace. And go from there.
DRS enabled.
I just don't want to play it into it too much, as Bottas is getting attacked by
So
Albon.
Stroll, the next car up the road. Gap 0.4, 0.4. Next car
This is
back is
really
Joe.
looking to defend against Albon.
Gap behind 0.4.
He loses out on that position anyways. Alright, let's go and sim forward and see what we can do with Vesti here.
I can't keep up with them.
Let's get ready.
Alright, pit windows are opening up here as we are into the points. People are going into their pit stops. And I honestly feel like
Stay
we're
with it,
doing
come on.
really good with this.
Bottas now the car behind.
Now we're approaching turn 2. Can they squeeze by? And that puts them in 6th.
So we tried out the avoid curbs and bumping up the tires for Vesti. He has a little bit more tire conservation,
Let's keep
so we're
that
gonna
gap down.
push him a little bit more. I have them both coming in a lap 22. Oh shit. Let's have you come in the next lap, since you do have the tire life. You have the tire life for it. Let's do that. 45, 6, 7. Valtteri has the tire life for that. We're running conserve. We dropped 5 laps of fuel, which honestly, hopefully it's working in our favor. We'll see here after our pit stops, as we have Perez, Verstappen, Alonso, Vesti, Bottas, Jimenez, and Hamilton, the only ones who have yet to pit, as we're coming into the pits on lap 22 with Vesti onto another set of soft tires. So we might be able to push those other soft tires another 2 laps. We'll see. We'll do We'll do 43 for now. I don't know if that's what it was before. We'll go ahead and push our batteries.
Okay, mate, overtake available.
Yeah, copy.
You can use overtake if you need.
I don't remember how much fuel we started with.
We will be ready.
Copy.
Alright, let's go ahead and sim forward to Vesti's pit stop. Hopefully we'll have enough tire life in the softs. 10% for another 2 laps. Let's see what we can do here. Pretty simple overtake there for Lando as we're coming into the pits with Vesti. I don't know which camera to preferably use. Valtteri just started his pit strategy on lap 23. Onto the hard tires.
Box, 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 box.
Hope for no issues. We haven't done any training yet between episodes. 2.452, that is fine. That is not in the top 10, that's fine. We're sitting in a decent spot right now for that. First, I believe. But that is fine. So we have Vesti. Oh, that's a lot of curb there. We have Vesti coming out. That's 23.
Gasly, the car ahead.
That'll be
Gas, 5 seconds.
46. Norris has a
Gap
puncture.
1.5 behind.
Did he pit?
44 laps remaining.
He did. He did pit, and he's on new hards. No, those hards are done now. We'll put you on aggressive. 23. 43.
Let's focus on the warm-up.
Their 20 lap stint on soft tires, so that will be plenty good. Valtteri is coming in next, ahead of Liam Lawson, as Joe takes position on Vesti. We'll get him aggressive to start out to get his tires warmed up, and then we'll bump him to attack. 2.121 for Valtteri. That is fine.
Watch your mirrors.
Those hard tires. 24. 6. So 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15, 20. 23 laps. You can do 23 laps on those hards. That is fine.
Let's try to clear him as quick as we can.
Actually, we can take that off and have him run normal for those hard tires. We'll see how he does.
Yep.
We're in the backfield now, kind of where we started, but we are halfway through this race pretty much. So let's go ahead and see what our guys can do. We'll sim forward here and see what happens.
Okay, we have a red
That is
flag.
a red flag. What happened here? Lawson, Perez.
Right, here's the action at turn 10. Tries to get by. Oh, and the car's there, unable to keep out of each other's way. And having seen it back, I think it's pretty obvious who was at fault. And you can just feel the frustration from the team watching on the monitors.
Just the amount of cars that piled up right afterwards, just crazy. Let's see here. Lap 30, 29 of 66. Do we stay on the softs, go for 1? Or do we go to medium and then soft? Let's stay on the softs for Vesti. How many laps in the mediums? Okay, you already ran the mediums, so let's go softs. and we'll do that.
We're set once more, and soon we'll continue this race. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, here we go.
Overtake available.
We have plenty of fuel now. I'm kind of glad we underfueled. We'll have you hit the curves again.
We don't need lift off.
Copy.
No curbs.
Copy.
And we'll have you
Okay, buddy. Nice
oh,
work.
what?
Currently P13.
Oh, it's because I
Now
changed the
got gasoline
strategy.
Front.
It's because I changed the race strategy. Alright, we'll add another set of softs. That's basically the equivalent to no curbs and running it hard. So we'll do that.
Okay, keep it clean. Focus on the pace.
Alright. Alright, Bottas P17, Vessi P13. It's gonna be a one-stop race to the end. A handful of people staying on old tires.
And we can push on tires.
Actually, no, we'll go attack on them.
See if we can push up.
I missed that move. There it is.
Now we should be able to take a look here. Now let's take a look here at turn 10. It's certainly inviting.
That wasn't an interesting one anyways. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and sim forward, see if our tire strat is still working with the no curb.
Okay, so that
Alright, lap 36 of 66. Vesti fighting.
has DRS.
Well, he's 2 seconds behind Stroll in P10. So we have Vesti to Bottas in this train of cars here. And our tire strategy is running actually quite well for us. Lap 43, lap 45, 48. 43 for Vesti, 48 for Bottas for their final stops on the mediums and then soft tires. So Alonso tries to make a move on Vesti. Bottas still trying to make a move on Norris in the back of that pack. No, he's farther back actually. Looks like.
Gap 0.2.
No, he's right there. They're all
Okay,
right there
still got
together.
1 to go.
They are all right there together. Holding off the two Audi sport cars.
Okay, well done, mate. Stroll ahead.
All right.
Front 3.
But let's take a look at the replay. The opportunity's there. And the overtake is made.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and sim forward and see what our guys can do here. All right. Bottas trying to make some overtakes while we
Alonso
have
just
Vesti
pitted.
coming in on a pit stop.
Sorry, we need a bit more.
Bottas
lift
up
off
in
where you can.
P10 through all these pit stops so far. .064, that gets us into the top 10. I'm sure of it. We both are. Okay. 2.12 and 2.064.
Okay, head down, no problem. Zoo coming now. On Zoo is 2.3 behind.
All right. Let's see.
Norris
Oh,
now the
Norris
car
at 4 pit stops.
Gap
Oh my
0.2.
god.
Fernando is now the car behind.
All right, so
Gap
he's on
0.9.
standard.
23 laps to go.
We'll go attack.
Next car back is
Deploy.
Fernando.
We'll deploy
Gap
again.
behind 0.6. All to play for still.
We still got a lot to go to the end of this
Push on
race.
up.
I feel like we can get some points for both of our drivers
Overtake
here.
available.
You can use overtake.
All right, we'll sim forward to Valtteri's pit stop. We'll see you guys in a second.
Box, 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 box.
Copy. Box.
All right, it's Valtteri's turn for his pit stop
Albon
onto
is boxing
medium,
now.
or onto a set of softs. Sorry, he's coming in behind Albon in the Audi Sport. So our current fight is Audi Sport right now. See, that's a yellow flag. That's going to be the Haas. Off track. Who was it? Hamilton lock up in turn 7. 2.364. No issues there.
That will be clear.
Hamilton already in 20th. Perez and Lawson are out. Yellow flag again. What happened that time?
Okay, copy.
Frank lock up to turn 1. Okay. That
Okay,
just
so
happened ahead of us.
18.
Alright, let's get these softs up to attack.
Let's see what happened there. Now we're watching the action closely here. The opportunity begging to be taken.
That wasn't much of an overtake.
And that's 16th place now.
They were off track. We're not going to use it as a highlight. Not worth it. Alright. We got 16, 17 laps to go. And a handful of people to still go through their pit stops. So, let's see what we can do here. See you guys here in a second. Alright, lap 62 of 66. Let's check out the wear and tear from our drivers here. What happens if we put this guy on? You know what, let's just go ahead and test our theory alive. We'll take them off curb. We'll drop you to aggressive. Take you off curb.
Manage your tires.
Copy.
We'll dump some battery here.
Overtake available.
Over.
All right. Now it's just to happen to see where our guys can
Okay,
end up
there's,
here.
5 laps to go at the end of this one.
Bestie in P10, the goal is to get Bottas in the points if we can. He has a lot of guys in front of him to make that happen. All right, we'll go ahead
So we
and
keep
sim
focusing on
forward.
the pace.
Very aggressive attack.
So overtake isn't available at the moment.
3 laps to go. Very aggressive attack from Bottas. Bestie still in the points. Giovinazzi and Alonso still standing between Bottas and the points.
No concern on tire wear.
We need to push up, please.
Oh, can we not? Oh god, we can't do that with
We
the
can still
soft
do it.
tires.
And try to cool down the tires where you can. There is
Valtteri might
traffic
not
coming up.
make it.
Slightly bigger lift and coast in all areas, please.
Tyler. No, we'll push you again.
No cups.
I feel like
We
you can
focus on the
make
cars
it.
ahead now.
It's just a matter of fuel. 2 kilogram, 3 kilogram, 0.2. Nice good move to leave Russell in the dust. I just hope he can manage well enough.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
Tire temp is going down for Valtteri.
That's okay.
Doesn't look like Valtteri might be able to do it. Russell ran wide there. All right, Bottas P12, 1.7 and losing pace.
Need to drop the pace.
He's losing pace to Giovinazzi. That is fine. You can just bring it home.
Ciao, John.
Vesti is clear of those other drivers. We had a good fight. We got Vesti up in the points. Bottas, not so much. We could have ran with a better strategy with him. I'm still thinking that was the right move to make. Get him on the team. That just taking him a few races.
So, that is P8.
P8 and P12, decent points. Keeps Vesti in P9.
Switch off. Okay, mate, so normal switch off procedures when you come to a stop. Wait for a few seconds.
49
P1,
points ahead of Alexander Albon.
5 seconds.
We're holding on to P5 ahead of Audi at 51 points.
Okay, we take the flag.
All right.
Oh, we have P12.
Karun, what a brilliant drive we just witnessed there.
There wasn't too much expectation on them today, but they fought hard and found themselves in the points.
Well, they've been waiting for this, haven't they? And it's only right that they make the most of it. And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
Their first win of the season, and the team looking on will be very proud, I'm sure.
And by the looks of things here in Barcelona, the party's only just beginning. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
It was a strangely mixed weekend for them. We saw one driver put in a strong performance, but it was a different story for the other. Definitely positives there, though.
And with that, our time in Barcelona is done.
Next round will see us head east as F1 prepares for the Japanese Grand Prix. We'll see you at Suzuka, a firm favorite for the drivers.
All right. P8 for Vesti, P12 for Valtteri. Good improvement. We just explained that. Fastest lap result. P5, P8 for that. Red Bull knocking us down to P3 for that. 2.064. How did they not? Oh my god. All right, I'll take that. $1 million bonus. We also got a research done, sponsor plan done, design done. We got a lot of stuff here. Manufacturing done for that second. All right. What was it? The board satisfaction. We got a $1.5 million bonus. Pension research, post race, guide pod underfloor. Got parts to replace here. Powertrain is good. Replace. Powertrain is good. We got a sponsor plan, and we'll have to do some more engine component stuff. So we'll see you guys in a second here for the results of Japan and Austria. So we'll see you guys here in a second. All right, here we are for the results of I'm staring right at the name of it. I'm blanking out. Japanese Grand Prix, Japan. Vesti getting P6. Valtteri getting P14. So we might have to give Vesti the underfloor. And that Valtteri has to see if that will help him score some points. We're still sitting P5, 8 points at that. We're still getting good times for the pit stop. We're sitting P3, 226 behind Red Bull and ahead of Aston Martin for that 2.166, 2.131. Contract bonus 1 million, not 100,000. And we're trying to get some engine components in. We don't have an ATR period to work on our engine parts, so that is an issue there. Chassis manufacturer training schedule. We'll just leave it balanced for now. 2 more on the inbox. July. Dirk de Beer. Continue. And we'll see you guys shortly for the results of the Austria sprint. All right, here we are for the results of the Austrian Grand Prix sprint. Vesti P8 getting 1 point for the team. Valtteri P20. Not a great start for him. We're gonna go ahead and sim forward to the main result. All right, as you guys can tell, a little bit of jump in the gun there. Vesti scoring us a point in the sprint, another 2 in the main race, and Valtteri Bottas coming in P10 with 1 point, second point to his season, jumping him up to P18 ahead of Behrman, Gasly, and then Russell, Frank, and Jimenez, who have yet to score in this season. George Russell not having a great season at all back in Williams, as we're still holding on against Audi Sport. They are closing in a little bit, and that gap between us and Aston Martin is just one major gap. We reverted back to the old spec of chassis, I believe it was, but I don't think that helped us in any matter, even though it would have helped our top speed here in Austria. 842,000 for that. We didn't get our target. Well, I guess we did get our target. They just didn't get their race bonuses. We have a couple things going on behind the scenes. In the message center, yeah, nothing here. We have a couple things going on, such as contracts and scouting and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and finish the video out right here, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed.